I'm gonna start my videos by blessing the truth in all words that are being said. So I salute the truth in the moment, in the present now, in the eternal now, and bless the light in words that are being said. I connect to the nucleus of all that is, and I become a channel of this light through my words. So, what I was saying earlier, if I said so, it's because I allowed someone who found a way inside of me to try to disrespect this moment. Only thing you really did to yourself is that you told on yourself how ugly you are. That's ugly. If you were, I know for a fact you cannot look good. Because if you did look good, then there's no way that you could do something or want something that's not yours. Like, it should be given to you. If you're a girl, it should be always given to you. But you don't get it because you ugly. That's why you over here seeing me like I'm supposed to like let you steal from me. You can't because of the people that you are. So I allowed you to tell on yourself in the video when you said so, and I was like, for a whole minute I was like, just to expose you to the world. You want to be known for reasons that don't make no sense, because nobody's supposed to know someone like you. And if you were the type of person to really be wanted like that, then it would have already happened. Because you've been here for a while. And if that alone should tell you and everyone else what a funny joke of a comedy everything is for you, and how much you're disrespecting yourself. It's like 2020. It's been more than 10 years. More than, like, what? For some people, it's been more than like 21 years. Cause I remember in 1999 when I lived at Lomas Plaza, Vanessa Descaro was already hating on me. And I don't even know who you are. Still to this day, I don't know nothing about you. Nor will I ever care about you. Because there's no reason for me to know about you. So who else is here? Carmen Ervas, because she was down with Vanessa and Fabiola and all of them. But y'all are just, like I said, the sub witches, the sandwiches. Like, I can't even sue y'all because you don't got no money. Where would you have money from? Where would you have money from? You hustling? Maybe. If y'all hustling, then I can understand that y'all have some type of money. But from what I know and see, there's no reason why you should have any money. So what I'm gonna sue you for? So you just a sandwich, and they're using movies to control you. So it's not even you like that is really like so obsessed with wanting to be me or want to sabotage me in order to collect some of my money later if something was to happen to me. So who else is here? Oh, I gotta speak about Olinda Givalante. You the main witch that's in here. I know because how old you are. You the oldest person that has ever lived. Nobody's afraid of you. You're not gonna speak through my actions. Because I already told you. If I was in court, I would tell the judge the same thing. Look, I can't even speak without these people trying to influence me to do something while holding me. So, and that's like a language for witches. That's why I know when I see an artist or anybody acting a certain way, I know it's because they are possessed. Like, simple, like these things right here, like only witches know these things. Why would a regular artist be running around like this with these like with because witchcraft is also body language when you are connecting with all. So witches become psychic, but all psychic is you becoming one as a one big mind, like connecting with the stars and connecting with the whole entire earth being one mind. That's all psychic is. So they know this. So they feel like they overpowering people who don't know. And they think they like, oh, they feel like God. And they use body language because language is like already like it's the English language first is like the shackles. If you don't understand the English language, you are shackled up by your own word. So just that alone, that's why they use body language. So if I see somebody who's doing body language telling me like, I know there's a witch inside of you because there's no way you should know none of these things. From the things that you say. And look at the type of things I'm gonna tell you about. Look. I got a plant right here, right? I connect with this plant. I visualize light as I meditate through when I breathe in and use it to fuel my words. And also I visualize white light, and with my visualization I get into that real thing that's happening. I'm gonna explain about that later. Like how I got to that part is, so look, I breathe in white light. As the light breaks up, it turns into 7 colors. These are the colors of your chakras. I know there's some things that I just said that you might not understand, just like a little while back. And that is, do you see how they want to like hold me from saying things and don't let me like speak? But what I'm saying is, as I visualize white light from the center of the universe, I then give it to all my chakras, all corresponding colors in my chakras. This being violet, this being indigo, this being blue, this being green, this being yellow, this being orange, this being red, and the earth chakra being white. And then I have like more, like the sun and the upper chakras, but that's like we will have to be more galactic to like really feel like that always. I'm just getting to the part where I know and I am understanding my own chakras in here in my body, plus my connection with the earth. So I breathe in this white light, and then as light breaks up, it turns into these colors. So these colors I push back into my chakras, and I was connecting with this plant that I said, and I've been sending this plant messages through the water. Because water is programmable, and I could write something like, hey, what's up, in a cup, and this water, if you are drinking it, your whole universe is receiving this message. So I was sending this plant like messages, and also like blessing the water with a piece of paper underneath the cup while I connected like the water and the note. So everything that was in the note would be absorbed by the memory that is water, because it's of crystalline nature. It's like a crystal. So I will give my plant, or this plant that I live with. It's not really mine. It's at a place where I rent, a room where I rent in DC, but it's a cool plant, and the plant says through this, right? Look, I'm absorbing and connecting with the plant. The oxygen in the material plane, and this oxygen I'm seeing as light being pushed in as information, and this came from me connecting to the plant. So it was like telling me, this is how you connect with me. You breathe in the oxygen that I'm giving you as my answer, but breathe it in as light, like you were meditating, and put it in your chakras, and then you're gonna receive messages. And there's this message that she says, and this is, I know, like, this is what I'm telling you, the type of person that I am. I know I can sound crazy, or it doesn't really matter, because it's really happening. So the plant kingdom says, I give everyone, or one of you haters, the oxygen that gives you the words that are being said out your mouth to try to disrespect or sabotage the growth of life. Me being life, and you being trying to sabotage me in every single way. But you are using words, so you are saying things. You are trying to do black magic through your words. And what the plant was saying to you was, I'm giving you this oxygen, so you are not gonna have this oxygen soon, because it's more important to life that we keep growing and evolving than what your little wants are. So I'm not trying to say that I'm like a super meditator, or like I can connect with the plant kingdom, but I think that soon this plant is part of a collective consciousness. So this plant has already spoken to its oversoul, being the whole entire earth. So now all the oxygen that is being given to you, that that you are breathing in, is the answer, and it's what me telling you this same exact thing to the entire world, because the plant is telling you that it knows about me, and it's telling you that you are going against the rhythm of life. And you're not the type of people that you would even like do something like that on your own. Like it's always people inside of you who are pushing you to do things that you know you can't get away with. Like there's some certain people that you might be watching this video right now, you have no business watching this video in the first place. So because you found yourself in this video, watching this video, that is direct confirmation that you are not in center with you, who you are. You are not at the center of your own life, and you have gave up on yourself so much that now you want to be somebody else. That somebody else being me, because of the admiration and love that I give from my music. And it's admiration and love that I give from my music is the light that you are longing for in a dark world, where you are forced to want to be significant, when you have never really went and practiced what you are like for some strange reason. I don't know that. I was always good at everything. So I don't really know what y'all do, but that's all that you are really doing, is hexing yourselves. Every single person in here, every single one of you that wants to steal from you, that wants to save it, you're not gonna save yourself. So get this out of your lives as fast as possible, because you are gonna end up being boxed. And I'm not saying I'm gonna kill you. I'm saying I know you can't win because of the people who you are siding with, and these people are killing people, and they are doing crimes that are not like in a whole different level. Like they are hacking banks, they are hacking into your mind, they are controlling your actions. So these crimes, I'm pretty sure, are not no regular street crimes, to where I could be like, oh, this no, I'm not snitching on anybody. It's hackers. It's people you are cowardly, trying to steal from people. You're not coming up to me telling me I took this from you. You are cowardly holding me and trying to do things from underneath without nobody noticing. So therefore, you're not doing things that need to be honored or respected. And the type of things that you are doing are going to get you boxed forever because of the type of things they are doing. So what you got yourself into, you don't even realize. You thinking you just stealing some beats, or you just, all you are doing is setting yourself up for something that you can't handle, something that is out of your even understanding, because they are going to end up in federal prison. And federal prison isn't even like out here. Like they going to send you are a threat to Homeland Security because you are hacking. These are like, and you are connecting with people who are not even from the U.S. They are from the Middle East. You don't even know that. And people that are trying to infiltrate the government through Alexandria Cortez and through Nikki Haley. People who have ties to these people somehow. I'm not saying Linda is a terrorist or none of that from anywhere in the Middle East. I know she's from Pennsylvania. I know you're one of the main witches here. But you have Nora Matawi and all of them, and Laura and all of them. And you told me today that Rudy Gibbelon, your husband, is a mirror for Richard Green. So Richard Green is the president of the Firstrust Bank in Pennsylvania, and Linda Gibbelante is his executive assistant. She has the same address as him. And from what I know about these people, they are bonded somehow through something they stole together or whatever. This is a marriage. So she is trying to tell people that Linda is Richard Green's wife in the witchcraft world that they live in, to get away with stealing, to get away with whatever they're trying to do. And Linda has a daughter named Alexandra Gibbelante, who has targeted Alexandria Cortez through me. I know because I had to live it. I was like, for a while, I could only focus and think about Alexandria Cortez because all they did was project her into my life, into everything that I don't even care about her. Or so I know. And I know about other people as well, like Psalm Isadora, who died. She committed suicide. And it was them. and they tell me it was them. And the reason why they did it is because Storm Isadora had sex with Too Short, the rapper from the West Coast, and Snoop, because Storm Isadora was a Playboy like playmate, and also she was like, I don't know if she was like really famous for being like she was a sex like educator. She educated people about sex. So when she looked really good. So she had that aura and that energy of people wanting to fuck her. So they told me, because I just followed her on Instagram out of nowhere, and I said, this girl is good as fuck. But they were inside of me, so now they were trying to pull her in through me. And as they pulled her in through me, they always are trying to make me look or like feel like I'm somebody else from inside. That's the cheat that they're trying to steal through like movies, through like, and it's like, so if you are ever like you can close your eyes right now, and if can you visualize yourself exactly how you look? If you can't, it's most likely that somebody is blocking you out of everything. So they try to do this all the time with me. I'm like, right now they might be trying to do it now. So it might be like you're connected with someone else because they're connected you to other people's chakras, because you don't understand, because you are the same person that's inside of me is inside of you, and they are connecting our chakras while they are connecting somebody else to you. So you are getting their energy, not mine. And you were thinking, oh, this is somebody I can steal from. But they tell me there's no way anybody would think like this in the first place. So they have to make you think that I'm someone that either owes you, or you knew as a little kid and you always, or someone that you hate, like the person that you envy the most, that you can't see, that has nothing to do with me. They still their chakra, they connect them to you, and you think that I'm someone you can steal from. Always wear a white shield. That is why. And if you forget, and you like just like me now for the past like a few minutes, like I was thinking about other things while they were trying to steal this cheat from me to connect you with someone else. Always remember your white light shield, and every time you connect with that white light shield, connect it back to the last time you remember, and use the law of precipitation to make it grow. So it's now you are thinking not just for 1 second, but from here to from the past to when you started being that white light. So this whole entire time, from when I was born in 1981 to 2020, I have been this white light, and knowing that. So in your whole life, everything is. So yesterday in a few minutes doesn't even like you are good. So whatever you trying to do, Linda, it won't work. Alright, so Linda tells me that she has her husband Rudy Gibolante, and he has some of my money, or is stealing from more people, and stole that car or more, and they want, but he's only a mirror for Richard Green. But Rudy, Linda and Rudy and his daughter Alexandra Cortez sent Sarah Ann to Virginia, and she moved right next door to my house. Her name is Sarah Ann Brown. I go as Charli Brown Beatz. So it's too much of a coincidence that this shameless person would want to come and move next door. So she married some dude named Matthew Brown, who has twin brothers, and she has told me that these twin brothers that Matthew Brown has help her do black magic, and that is why she is like even known in the black magic world for witches. Like she just kills people for fun. She tells me, she's like, it has never taken someone this long to try to kill me, because she says it takes her a week to get inside of you, fake your emotions. You thinking you want to die or something, is because she's inside of you doing that to you. And she says she did this to Song with the rest of her friends, with the rest of her witch coven. So that's one person. They did the same thing to Prodigy from Mobb Deep. His name is Albert Johnson. He was in the song with Evidence that I produced called Fame. And Evidence just lost his wife. Her name was Wendy Lisette Guerra. And they said themselves they killed her as well. They even told me that Evidence is possessed by them, and he is become one of them. Evidence is a rapper who, I guess, wanted to be more than what he is. So they told him, look, Prodigy wanted some money from him, from the same song. And also because Prodigy knew of the witches who had infiltrated him, even through Evidence. And these are the same witches I'm telling you about. So he rejected them, telling them, you are just an energy vampire. You cannot speak to me. You can stop. And he wanted to find out who they were. He knew it was going to happen. So they tell me they made him want to go at Evidence, so that Evidence already owed him money supposedly for the same song. And Prodigy found out and says, why are you not paying me my money? And at the same time, while he was trying to find out who these people were, because they were messing with his mind as well. Nobody wants people inside your mind. Everybody is always going to reject you. You don't have any special powers. You have a whole entire witch coven of people they have to attack and take over every single one of your chakras. So it's like me punking you. I have to punk you, and you have to have the utmost fear of me in order for me to communicate with you right now with this big witch coven. So they take over you. It's no way that you should ever side with them in the first place. And they're going to tell you, oh, we could teach you and open your third eye. But what they are actually doing is they are using their third eye inside of you. Linda has told me when she leaves, she's taking everything with her. She's been holding everything. Everything she teaches the sub-witches, she's holding. So you're going to either die and forget, and she wants to leave with it. Another thing that I want to say is that my social security card, when I was a little kid, they must have made a typo, and there is a typo in my last name. I never really got to fixing it because I never really cared. So now they're telling me because they made a typo in my social, that it gives these witches out of a energy like enslavement. And this makes a lot of sense. So because they made a mistake in my social, then you, by some sort of mathematic way of finding people in the world, the people who are all the way at the top controlling everything do not know of me. It's like if almost I wasn't underneath them. So they are, I think, the top people who are doing witchcraft to the world, like Elizabeth from England and everyone. So everything is underneath those like first the country, second the language. Do you see what you call her? So the language English, and she claims to be the queen of England. So you are automatically giving her your power, giving her everything. So you are underneath that, and the whole United States is underneath that because you speak English. Is because it was pretty much people who moved here. Now look at the New York. New York is like the New Yorkshire. Yorkshire is in England, and it's where they're doing witchcraft from. So they named New York twice, and anything that is done 2 times cancels itself out in the consciousness. They think so. They have all been thinking that anything that is coming from New York is hexing the world, like the United Nations. So everything like that's going on from New York, like it's all going to like not exist because of the name. And so like a witch, you have to find another little witch who is trying to learn to get all that karma back so you don't get in trouble and what you're trying to do works. Because if you have to pay for it, then it didn't work in the first place. So they are using New York to do certain things so that they could get away. So even like with places, they are doing this. And if you were born in anywhere in the U.S. or are part of this underneath system, then you have already you are pretty much been grown, because it's been over hundreds of years that they've been doing this. So if you are like this, what I'm telling you, born anywhere in the U.S. or you are accounted for with your social through whatever, you are pretty much underneath them, and so you have been grown. So that is the control that they think they have. So me having this social security card that where they made a typo and they can't energetically or mathematically get to me to control me. Linda wants this because she says this gets her out of that control so she could do more black magic and become more of a powerful person or witch. And she doesn't give a fuck about my beats or my music. They all are gonna try to give each other a little piece of there with her daughter and her people, Sarah Ann and the rest of these wannabes. So So that's what she said to me. She says, I don't care about your beats and none of that, whatever. You know, I've seen something twice right now, I'll say it again. That's another thing that you should always pay attention in. And whenever you see someone speaking, like right now, they try to repeat what I just said in order to cancel it out. But since I am telling you what they're trying to do, it doesn't work. It won't work. Just like the movies. I say right now, I don't accept no programs from any movies or games or music or anything. They are using movies as molds. So if there's a movie like maybe say Bart Simpson, like the Simpsons, that is known everywhere, there's a mold of like the kid, like Bart being the cool kid, and then a bunch of other kids, like dumb kids, hating on Bart or wanting to be like Bart. I don't know, like I don't really watch TV too much. All I know is that they are using this to like get you to act a certain way reversely. So now Bart, right, is the cool kid, and him being the main character, it reverses around to everyone who is against Bart. So now instead of now you have that like hate, you start to hate on Bart or whoever. So if they put a mold, like they get you to accept that I'm Bart, then now all of you people are going to hate on me quantumly through that program that the whole entire collective has in their mind from watching TV. So now you are just a hater because of a movie that they know how to use reversely against you because you have no knowledge of this. And it's like that with a bunch of shows, like, or movies. Matrix is even worse. They kill people and throw them in the Matrix scene. In the mental plane, when someone dies, they try to take their soul and place them in these scenes that are mental and are fresh in the collective. And they did this with certain people and are draining them of their blood that they use to give fuel to crystals and give fuel to energy that they visualize with their third eye. Like, say they steal my energy and they want to visualize me fucking one of them. But they can't visualize me fucking one of them if I don't have this energy that keeps me moving. Like, I don't have this, or I don't have the emotions inside of me that'll tell someone that's really him. And they do that for dreams as well, to get inside your dreams, so that the dream looks like I'm like really speaking. But it's that energy that they are stealing from souls, that they are using to masturbate. These witches are masturbating, trying to fuck people, and are killing people like Vanessa's father, Carmen Irva's father, and Nicole Casanova's brother, Armando Casanova Jr. They told me, they said, these 3 people we killed for this purpose. And we are the only thing that Vanessa does. So as she attacks me, right? She'll attack me as soon as I wake up. One of them starts to like try to like. I don't know. I don't understand why they think they could bully me, or like they try to say things to me to where it will like they will try to like alter my moods by saying certain things that are not true, or they know they're bold-faced lies, and they are still at it, even though I've said something to them maybe years back to where I put them in their place. But I'm not going to keep putting you in your place, so I ignored them. So it's been so long. So one time someone tells her, all you are doing, because it upsets them even to hear someone run their mouth for hours while being ignored. So someone's in my ear that's inside me through my chakras, not letting me like communicate or read or do make beats or whatever. It upset other people who are with her, and they told her, all you are is a chatterbox. That we made you into a chatterbox in order for you to use your hate and everything to help to hold him. So all you, just so you know, because you upset me, that's all you are. And we killed your father inside of you in order to turn you into that chatterbox. And as you try to steal energy from me, what you are doing is reversely, you are stealing that blood out of your father. You're draining the blood out of your father that was killed for that purpose, because they are using your mouth in order to create an energy inside of me that they will use reversely. So say they want me to be upset, and you make me upset, or like sad or upset, whatever type of emotion they reverse. So if they need love for love spells, they will want like war or like hate coming out of you. So they use that in order to create this hate that they reversely use to do love spells to control other people that they have tied themselves to with their chakras, to feel love for you. So it does for them, what I'm saying, not for you. So all you're doing is just stealing, and while they do this, they need to drain the blood out of your people that you killed yourself. so that they could use this energy so that they have a reason to be. Avatar. Alright, Avatar, they cut off the legs of Jake, or they have a Jake dude, some dude named Jake who doesn't have legs, who can't walk around. Avatar is also like the Matrix. So they want to, by them doing that to your legs, they are cutting the connection between you and the earth. When they cut the connection between you and earth, they flip your chakras around. And when they flip your chakras around, your crown chakra is underneath in the earth. So when you're underneath in the earth, they connect you with the water. And when they connect you with water as a crystal, they control you. So if you have watched things like Avatar or The Matrix or something, they have tried to reverse you in order to control you. Or like in SpongeBob with Sandy, and everything is underneath, and Sandy being the main witch, but then they are using these as modes to reversely control you. So you don't even have a mouth of your own. Linda, alright, she married Rudy Gibolante, and then they became witchcraft weirdos, and she got a job with Richard Green. Richard Green is the owner of an entire bank, so it makes so much sense that it has to be Linda. And now they gave me an even bigger piece I'm about to tell you about that they should have never did, and it makes a lot of sense too. So Linda has a husband named Rudy Gibolante. I had a friend named Rudy Palomino who has a wife named Karen Palomino. For a while, Sarah Ann has been telling me that she got my sister Karen Carter to join her witch coven and try to connect with the artists that I've worked with and people in the game, to try to tell them that she is the witch that is trying to mess with everyone's mind, trying to seduce people, trying to steal from them. And the reason why she would tell me this is because she wanted me to believe that as a mirror or acceptance for the other Karen Palomino who was possessed by Sarah Ann. And look, this is how much sense this makes, and how I have to even repeat it more so I can speak it more fluently, because they are here that don't want me to say this. So Rudy Palomino is a mirror for Richard Green, and Rudy Gibolante is a mirror for Richard Green. Today, Sarah Ann Alman Brown tells me that she possessed Karen Palomino and was telling everyone that Karen Palomino was my sister. The reason why she was able to possess Karen Palomino was because of her name. It has Ann, Karen, and Sarah Ann. They need some sort of like in a lie or in truth, like they need something that might be true, and that is enough for them to act like it's her. So even though it's not, Karen and Sarah Ann are two different names, because of the Ann at the end, she is like, it's a possibility that could be true, and that's all they need for witchcraft and for them to keep lying to themselves. They lie to themselves so much that they believe it for so long that it becomes real and rules other people's lives, and that's witchcraft. So she tells me she got Karen Palomino and Rudy Palomino to try to steal some checks, and they were the ones holding the Corvette that they supposedly had sent to me. But Then inside of my mind, they're having an argument because Sarah Ann is telling uh, Karen Palomino that she is fucking Rudy Palomino, and because she mentions Rudy Palomino being a PE teacher. So maybe Rudy Palomino has some sort of something similar to the PE teacher at the same school where Sarah Ann Alman Brown works at as a 4th grade teacher. Or it is true that Rudy Palomino really works at that school as a PE teacher, so they made him work there as a PE teacher maybe. But I would have no knowledge. I haven't had no connection with these people for years, so there's no way I could know. But this is what she's telling me that about a PE teacher. And my PE teacher in middle school, his name was Mr. Green. I don't remember what his first name was, but it was Mr. Green. So do you see the mirror that they are trying to create through Rudy Gibolante being a mirror for Richard Green, because Rudy is, and Sarah Ann got Rudy Palomino, who's has something to do with a PE teacher, Mr. Green. And her telling me that Karen Palomino is helping her, and she was one of the main witches or the sub witches who was going around either cashing checks or stealing advances or whatever in order to create that mirror, because they want people to think that Richard Green is me, because Richard Green is trying to steal not only my life but a timeline where I am in the future a worldwide leader, they think. Because they said they had some sort of way to seeing, I don't want to be no worldwide leader right now. I don't want to. This is what happened. There is a person by the name of Nikki Haley who is the U.S. ambassador at the UN. And she looks a lot like Nicole Adriana Casanova. Linda Gibolante got Nicole Casanova way back because they were born on the same day. So before Sarah Ann was around, Linda had Nicole Casanova. And Nicole Casanova, they killed her brother. And she also became one of them who was forced and was fooled into thinking that she had to sacrifice that her brother. But she didn't. She was already possessed by Linda and her witch coven. They told me that Linda's witch coven is racist towards Spanish people. I'm Spanish. I'm from Bolivia. Towards black people, anybody that's not white, they use this racism as a force to try to punk you in a quantum level so that they could do witchcraft to you. The same way that they would want to take Prodigy's life, because everyone respected and a lot of people feared Prodigy. So they wanted that aura. That's all a witch would really need. Plus his money, plus a whole bunch of other things. But they want these type of things. They want to be able to scare you. That's why they connect with snakes. They'll connect with a snake and they'll try to punk you without you knowing. So they'll be like, and when they do that subconsciously, they gain control over you. So Linda tells me that she has Sarah Ann, who moved next door to my family, and Sarah Ann has gotten control over Karen Palomino and Rudy Palomino so they could mirror that Rudy Gibolante maybe stole some money, a whole lot of money, or they were trying to steal all my music for Rudy Gibolante, but was ultimately a mirror for Richard Green. So therefore, everyone here is a sub-witch to Linda Gibolante. Linda Reagan gave a line to Linda, the oldest Linda in the world, the most ugliest, the most diabolical, the most feared, and the ugliest, oldest, and person that has ever existed. And nobody is afraid of you. And so you were hiding behind Richard Green, and now you got Jerry Torres and a bunch of other people, and nobody cares, because out here in the material plane, you can't do nothing to me. You won't even show your face. In the mental plane, I'm telling you, there's no way you could disrespect me. There's no way you're going to win this, because I've made intentions long ago to get to a level of wealth and abundance and prosperity that you are only reversely getting for me, because you don't put no fear in me at all. As a matter of fact, all you are doing right now, I'm just watching you like this, make a fool out of yourself, just so you could keep collecting more, because I know you haven't really given me enough proof for me to fully get you boxed in forever. And that is what's going to happen. And it's going to happen to Richard Green as well. And Richard Green, you're not going to be able to walk outside ever again. Same thing with Jerry Torres and everyone who is deeply involved, because you are murdering people, you are getting inside of people, you are disrespecting families for my music. So Richard Green, I know you might get this later, and I just gave you like a number of how much you owe me. So I'm gonna tell you how much I'm worth. I got signed to Militainment 2010 for 1 year, right? But I kept hanging with Militainment until like 2013. I got a contract that was never really like respected by anyone, because nothing really happened within that first year. I produced, like, Nori didn't release an album. I produced some singles, but money was stolen. And I was thinking that I just didn't have a big enough hit. But now they're telling me that they stole all this money and they made people accomplices, because Richard Green wants to steal your publishing, everyone's publishing, because of the aura that my music creates, and all of it. So my word, your word, my music, everything is being taken by some people who are using other people's money that they are stealing and are laundering in order to steal everything that you are by buying you. So they did this, and they stole this money, and even the money that they were stealing, they stole that from everyone. And now they are making them accomplices, and they are telling me that they as well are waiting for me to fall so they could go and do what they want to do. So do you see what you are doing? You are signing with people who are not going to win, and you are putting yourself in a place where you are not going to like. So I'm telling Richard Green, right? You owe me. So in 2010, I was already producing for major artists. Some of these major artists are French Montana, Busta Rhymes, before the Nori deal came about for 1 year. So you have no business after that. But because before the Nori deal came around, Spliff Star wanted to sign me from Busta Rhymes people. So Busta Rhymes was upset that I had chosen to sign with Nori instead of signing with Spliff and Busta Rhymes, because he heard how good I was. Everyone told me. Nori told me, his assistants told me, his engineer told me, everyone told me Busta Rhymes fell in love with my music as soon as he would hear it. Anytime they were in the studio, anytime my music would come up, he would go crazy. So he knew. He was like, that's the dude that told Spliff that he was going to sign with Spliff Star, but instead went with Nori. So they told me that when they told him this is the same dude, and they used old beefs with him and another Charlie Brown in order to make him not fuck with me at all. So I remember me reaching out to him after I produced Lego for Nori that featured Busta Rhymes. And I remember his response and the energy was like, you chose to not run with us, so don't even speak to me. But we still gonna use your music, we still gonna, cause Nori is my people's. But then they told me that the only reason Nori was signed to Busta Rhymes was because Busta Rhymes was trying to steal whatever it is that is me. Because he was upset. And so these witches are even telling me that they are working for Busta Rhymes now, and that they got inside of him and told him, we got all his work, so you only got to pay them, and they not we're only they going to protect you or something, but they were also going to steal for you and launder money through you and use you as a puppet to hate on me because of an old name, well, from your past, and because I chose to run with Nori and not Spliff when Spliff was not answering my calls in the first place. So and we spoke after that and we were cool. So even Spliff Star now, so you're not just the only person. So everyone that I come in contact with, they come in contact with underneath and they possess. Regardless of how small or how big you are or who you were in the past or now, or if you could help them, everyone has to be possessed by them. So Busta Rhymes was just somebody else, just like Waka Flocka, just like The Game, just like who else? Everyone that Evidence, Prodigy, everyone was reached out. 50. So what I'm telling you, look, see, 2010, I have all these big, humongous credits, and everyone knows I'm on the rise. Everyone is telling me. Nori's on the phone telling me I'm the next super producer, and he is trying to help me. This is when Nori was still cool. I don't know what's up with him now, but this is when Nori was telling me that everything that he was doing, like he was going to do. Like, I don't need your help now. I never needed your help in the first place. But if I'm telling you, when at that time you were telling me your next move was to make me the biggest super producer because you believe so much in me, and I asked you, I said, if you want to really do that, Nori, you got to do that now, because my song that I produced was on MTV being premiered, and it featured Tech 9 and Mayday. And I remember this is the same time when Busta Rhymes' name came up again, and you were like, yo, he's going crazy again, you need some more beats from me. And then what happened? That same night I made some beats, sent them to you the next morning, and you said these ain't gonna do it. And I said, that's fucked up, you cannot know, you gotta let them hear. But that don't even matter. That's why I said I can't even deal with none of this, because it was like they were controlling you. So do you see 2010 all of this started. So 2010 I'm already working with French Montana, Joel Ortiz, and all these big artists. But before that I was also like really popping on the internet through that Piff. So much that Nori took me out of an EP for releasing a beat tape on that Piff, and it was called Charlie Brown Beats Instrumentals Part 1. And this beat tape made it to the top 5 on that Piff, and it was exclusive, and it was being promoted all because they loved my beats already. So I already was known. And when this EP dropped, I don't understand why, because I know Nori to be super famous, but it's a whole different era. So nobody remembers Nori. And I'm in the top 5 of that piff, and Nori got 5,000 listens. So you took me out of an EP, and everyone was listening to my beat tape. So just that alone should tell you I never needed you, nor will I ever need you, because I was outshining you when you were supposed to be helping me, and you saw that I was always going to outshine you. So I don't know what, you sided with my haters. So 2010, I was already doing these things, and I think that I'm talking about Linda and Richard Green, because Nori and everybody else, you're all just sub sandwiches. You're not really like a threat. You are a victim, and I see the victim of you. So I'm not gonna go at y'all in that way, because I see that you are possessed by people who are going at me and are using you. And you have no control over your body on what you do no more. So that's why I don't, and I always telling you, you don't even feel that energy from me. So you are not a threat in the first place. Do you see what I'm telling you? So 2010, I'm thinking a big single is getting you $30 million. I know why. The reason why is because I know of a producer named The Dream who was working with Def Jam, who made about that much with one single. I'm better than The Dream. Everyone knows this. I'm way better than all these. Like, I heard Pharrell and Kanye West and a few other producers are passing my files around from these hackers who are trying to sell them my files, and they are wanting to be me. People who I grew up listening to are wanting to be me. So I'm seeing this not as disrespect, but as an indication that I'm like the greatest, and it's making me like even worse of a person with the ego when I'm seeing you like you got the biggest producers wanting to be me and wanting to steal from me, and these are regular human beings. They are nothing like me. You are a regular human being because you don't study the things that would make you someone other than a regular being. You watch TV, you just in a regular material plane. But me, on the other end, I'm telling you, I really study everything that I speak about. And there is no way that you are going to be me in the mental plane or the material plane or the spiritual plane or any planes. Linda Gibolante owes me with Richard Green. So that 30 million, right? I was saying about the Dream for 1 year. That's light. I think that I would have 5 hits in 1 year that are that big. So 30 times 5 is 80, right? So you owe me 80 million per year from 2010 to now. So how much is that? 80 million per year alone. That's 800 million, right? So let's just say 800 million, we're gonna round off to 1 billion for 80 million just from money being owed to me. Alright, so now the disrespect that you have given me, and not only look, so it's $1 billion, right? And I told y'all about the Fibonacci sequence. So the Fibonacci sequence is the golden ratio that keeps the universe in balance. So in order for you to fully pay that debt, you have to know that the universe has been expanding. So what you owe me yesterday, like I said, it's around 3 times more or more. And that has to be paid to me in order for you to go your way and me to go my way, and for you to have fulfilled your purpose in my life. Until you pay this debt, it's only going to keep growing. And there is nothing that you could do, because this is the balance of the universe. It's the whole entire universe that's against you. And you cannot win because of my understanding of this. So what you owe me is 1,000,000,000 times 144. If you do the math, really, that's what it is. Because 80 million per year for a super producer like myself, who is producing big hits that are getting you around $30 million per big humongous hit, like what I just said. The Dream made 30 million off an Umbrella, or the song entirely made more. But he was telling people, and I know this is true. So it's 30 million. I'm telling you, I'm nicer than him. It's 5 times more. Alright, so I'm thinking 80 million per year, and I would have gotten on fire. It would have been even worse. So 80 million times 10. It's been 10 years. That's 800 million. Alright, 800 million to get the equation. That's how much you owe me. That's how much you stole. But it has grown because the universe has expanded. And as the universe has expanded, your debt has become times 144 times. And I did the calculations. From 1 year to 10 years is 144 times bigger. So what is 1,000,000,000 times 144? You owe me everything that you will ever even know of. So the best thing to do is snap out of whatever it is you thinking you're doing and turn yourself in and empty out your whole entire bank account, or you're going to be boxed in and you're going to learn about shapes and you're not going to be able to go anywhere. Just like the shapes that y'all use with your witches and your witch covens to try to box me in, like right now. But I'm telling you, I'm a light of white light exposing all darkness in my life.